This is an It Came from GenX video.
Okay, some current pop culture news. One of Skinner's favorite topics, Keith, is cancel culture. He firmly supports and appreciates cancel culture. But making some of the news is Dave Chappelle recently had an event canceled in Minneapolis because there was 120 signatures at the time on change.org where people were coming in and protesting his because he's mentioned something about transgenders, and as we've talked about Dave Chappelle before, he's not speaking out against transgenders themselves. He doesn't say it's wrong to be a transgender. People just aren't paying attention to his message, right? But all they're hearing about, they're probably not even looking at it, probably not even researching exactly what he's saying.
All they're hearing, somebody else say something and run with it.
Right. All they're hearing is that someone said, a friend of theirs or somebody said, Dave Chappelle is against transgenders. Will you sign this petition? Oh, sure. And they don't pay attention. And the venue, unfortunately, caved into that and canceled this particular event. I think that's just getting ridiculous when he gets to stuff like that. So it's unfortunate. Like I said, before you start signing petitions and protesting against somebody, first of all, really, like I said, pay attention to what he or she is really saying.
Right.
Do some research. Listen carefully.
And make up your own mind.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he's very, he's 100. I think he speaks a lot about equality with transgenders, to where he's not afraid to talk about.
Why aren't the black people signing petitions? Because all the black jokes he's made.
Exactly, right?
Well, we talked about David Chappelle in a previous episode, and I can't remember which special it was that had came out that he talked about a story of the transgender that opened for him. And
that was one of the greatest stories and moments in comedy I've ever heard.
I went back after we did that show, and I watched that particular comedy special, and it made me sit back in my seat and go, wow. I've known this guy, what he's been all about for some time now, but to us to see him talk about this individual and the way the message that I got from him is nothing like culture cancel. I'm sorry, it's cancer.
That's what else ticks me off too. 126 votes. That's not enough votes for the average church to switch from Pepsi to Coke in their vending machines.
Right. No.
That's ridiculous, man. And whatever happened to freedom of speech, and especially whatever happened to the understanding when it's comedy? You know what I'm saying? And unless you're preaching hatred, which I'm fine with anybody. I don't care about freedom of speech when it comes to preaching hatred right now, because I think responsibility of speech is equally as important. But unless you're preaching hatred, whatever happened to that? We've had comedians say some of the most outlandish things, and I don't know why he's being targeted all of a sudden. But I think because he's at the top of his game, and people hate it, and this is the way to try to bring him down.
Well, like I said, they're not listening. They're not paying attention to exactly what he's saying. So before you guys out there listening is thinking that we're not pro. We're not down on transgender people ourselves. It's just we're saying that just pay attention to what Dave Chappelle and others might be saying in their message before you are quick to judge and you're just going off what somebody said or somebody said.
And we wouldn't promote somebody that was condemning anybody.
Right, exactly.
No, not at all.
Hey, Fish here from It Came from GenX with Skinner and Keith. For every like and subscribe, you may win a free 1-year subscription to the AARP.